This one from Pro Football Focus. Perfect player that fits in the NFL draft for teams that do not spend big money in free agency. Again, this from PFF. For the Browns, they say linebacker Peyton Wilson from North Carolina State. Browns brought in Jordan Hicks, Devin Bush to replace Anthony Walker, Sione Takitaki. I still believe a young athletic linebacker could be a great investment. And you see the amount of money that they've spent in guarantees and free agency. Kind of goes along with what you said, because they are going to, in all likelihood, extend Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and pay him pretty well. And this would be another guy that is a lot like him. He runs pretty well. He's coming off an injury. But if he wasn't coming off an injury, he probably wouldn't be around where the Browns are going to draft in the second round.
Well, the injury would be the A. The B would be that Peyton Wilson is going to be 24 years old when the NFL draft commences. And it's just not an age that the Cleveland Browns draft. Do you tell me, do I like Peyton Wilson's game? Sure. Do I think he's a good player? Yeah. But that 24 is a big, big red flag for the Cleveland Browns. So the fact that was even phrased where it said young, Peyton Wilson ain't young in NFL terms. He's just not. There's guys in this draft class who will play a lot. I mean, you look at Audric Estime from Notre Dame. He's going to play well into the fall, at 20 years old. Braden Allen from Wisconsin will play until January at 20 years old. That's an age red flag for the Browns. And until they break it, and we've been saying this for years now, with this regime, this will now be their fifth draft. Until they show us that age doesn't matter to them, we have to believe that there's a pretty big age factor on their board. And I'm assuming Peyton Wilson would fall under that, although he's a very good player, and I hope he goes anywhere else but the AFC North. Yeah,
and to your point, the reason that they value younger players, so if he's 24, by the time his second contract comes up, he'll be 29. You're pushing 30, which, as we know, that's kind of where you become concerned.
Yeah, I mean, the conversations we're having about Amari Cooper, but look at all Amari Cooper's done since he became in the league at 21 years old. It's a whole different landscape. And it's not even so much about the second contract. It's just that you are what you are. I can't expect you to get any better. You're 24 years old. That's why I'm going to take the 20-year-old who's got crappy eating habits, didn't really know how to work out. Maybe his college was playing him in a position that was not best suited to his abilities. When a guy's 24, it is what it is. Hey, it may hit. It might work out. Could give you a couple solid seasons in the league. But, a lot of times, and especially for the Browns, there's two things. We're looking for players to develop because we already have our starting players. So we want guys who can maybe be future starters for us. I don't need a guy this year to start. And again, the other thing is it's tricky with the mic, because for the Browns, their bread and butter is getting you off the field. So ideally for them, the mic, the middle linebacker, in a perfect game plan for the Browns defense, the mic is maybe going to play 20, 25 reps because maybe you factor in some goal line, short yardage, things like that. It's just not a position, and look, the Browns don't value the linebacker position. But of the linebacker position, probably the least valued one is going to be Mike, because you're the first one going out as they bring in Newsome, or they bring in a third safety, or, they bring in there's just so many scenarios where the Mike's going to come off the field for the Browns. It's kind of hard to determine, and justify maybe putting pick 54 into a middle linebacker.